Item 1.
Please, Your Lordship.
This one.
I appear for the petition.
Ma'am, just wait a second. Just a second. Give me just a second.
We need to mirror it.
Your Lordship, I appear for the respondent.
I appear for the petitioner.
You are for the petitioner?
I am for the petitioner.
Should we transfer it, ma'am?
Your Lordship, just
There's
one.
a small child who is just about 4 years, 3 years old, 3.5 years old.
Your Lordship, just one request. There are 3 cases pending, so the cases may be heard on a common date.
In Delhi, you mean?
In mirror.
In Meerut.
Meerut.
That you will have to apply to the competent court to sort of club all the cases
Maybe
together.
granted that
So we'll allow it, Joseph, we'll allow it.
We should allow it. Wife's petition.
Item 2,
Grateful, Your Lordship.
This is a transfer petition by the husband.
May I please, Your Lordship?
He's physically disabled.
This is a transfer petition, Your
Who's appearing for the other side, ma'am?
Your Lordship, the other side, no one is appearing and the service is complete. If Your Lordships could direct the legal aid services. Because Your Lordship, the office report says that service has been accepted.
fresh notice also was issued.
Yeah.
On a trial.
He's not appearing. Because he's- And the only trouble is for her also. We see the point that your client is physically, he's orthopedically disabled.
Yes, Your Lordship.
But for imagine she is at Jalpaiguri,
Yes,
for us to make her travel from Jalpaiguri to Solan, it will virtually go ex parte.
if lastly, Your Lordships, if legal aid could be directed, after that, Your Lordships,
And VC also can be.
or virtual, Your Lordships.
After
You could-
at Solan.
Yes, in West Bengal, Your Lordships, then you could appear virtually.
What you're saying is? Then what we will do is that we will dismiss your transfer petition, but we can say that you can appear through via video conference, through the virtual platform.
Please, Your Lordship, if
So-
I could appear, because he has a genuine cause, Your Lordship.
Yes, understand.
While we are not inclined to allow the transfer petition, while we are inclined not to permit, to grant the request from the transfer petition, which is for transfer of the proceedings under the Domestic Violence Act 2005 from the CJM Jalpaiguri to the competent court at Solan. We accede to the alternative submission of the learned counsel for the petitioner that the petitioner would be permitted to appear to the video conferencing platform in the case which is pending before the CJM Jalpaiguri.
Please, Your Lordship.
So accordingly, we direct that the petitioner shall be permitted by the CJM Jalpaiguri to appear to the virtual mode
Please, Your Lordship.
in pursuit of his defense. Subject to the aforesaid, the transfer petition is disposed of. I think this is a fair allowed.
Absolutely.
Obliged. Hello.
Item 3.
Item 3,
This is
A
from.
letter, there's a letter.
There's a letter here.
There's a letter.
There's a letter.
Letter has been circulated on behalf of.
All right.
Of the respondent. We'll keep it after the vacation then.
item 4,
The transfer petition by the husband.
Lordship, yes. There are two transfer petitions, Lordship. One is by the husband and the other one is by the wife.
by the way, both are there.
Now, in this particular case, one wants to transfer from Bangalore to Mumbai and the wife,
First one is by the husband,
yes.
who wants the transfer of the divorce petition filed by the wife from Bangalore rural to Bandra. Mumbai.
Lordship.
But children are.
Two children.
But Lordship, in this case, actually what has happened is the matter was in mediation and there is, according to me, there's no reason for the mediation to have failed.
But it failed. I mean, you can't, they're all both educated, they know where they stand, and they didn't want to
But
mediate.
Lordship, in this case, what has happened is that we just wanted visitation rights. Lordship has granted us visitation rights in this matter. Now,
See, what we can do is, we will transfer the wife's divorce petition to Bandra, Mumbai. The interim order by which we had granted you visitation rights, we'll continue that until it is modified by a competent court, so that you will continue to have video visitation right. If she wants a modification, in the sense she wants something different, she can apply. You want something more, you can apply to the competent.
But Lordship, at least let me have physical access to the child. I've not met him for 1.5 years of both my children. And I have pictures on record, Lordship, after the order. I'm willing to.
Expressing your petition, we will allow the wife's
But
petition.
Lordship, Lordship, please bear me for a minute. In this particular case, the wife is working with Tata Power in a senior position. The minute I filed my guardianship case, she orchestrated a transfer and she moved to Bangalore with the kids.
There's no orchestration because the fact is that, it's a divorce petition and the fact remains that she has 2 children to look after.
Divorce petition filed, Lordship, 5 months after she shifted.
So,
And then the transfer was filed for 8 months.
we will dismiss your transfer petition and we'll say that we'll permit you to appear on video conferencing.
So Lordship may at least give me substantial visitation rights at least. Lordship.
But I just want.
No, sir, no, sir. Sir, because the father's conduct is not good with the children, sir. He is asking the children, does your mother beat up you? Does your grandmother beat you up?
Lordship,
This kind of conduct is there, sir. Every now and then, he is harassing the children and the.
Lordship, I'm so sorry, Lordship.
Visitation.
Giving certificate from Bandra, Mumbai to be issued, sir.
Lordship, I'm willing to, sorry.
What we'll do is that we will not, because if we dispose of the petition, the interim order comes to an end. We will continue the benefit of access to the children through the video conferencing mode as we had given you earlier. Has that
No,
fructified?
that's a problem.
Has that fructified? Did you meet the children?
Yes, Lordship, for the first 2 months, yes, but thereafter it's deteriorating. That's why we wanted to mention this matter. It's been deteriorating because sometimes the child comes at 8 o'clock in the evening when the child is asleep. So that's not happening properly.
How old is the child?
The child is 8 and 6 years old. So the point is that, and then what happens? The mother, fixes all the activities, robotics, etc., all activities. So the
8, 6 and 8-year-olds have a very hectic social life nowadays. They do all kinds of things. They learn
Lordship,
chess and robotics.
I am willing to travel. I am willing to even bear the expenses of the children, though she is earning handsomely. I am willing to pay the education expenses till the post-graduation, Lordship. I just want to meet my children, Lordship. I do not. And I am the biological father.
Therefore, you have filed for guardianship, right?
Yes, I filed it in Mumbai.
Your guardianship petition, you can apply for access to the children. We will say that.
The guardianship petition, I've already applied for access.
Like we'll say, there is no reason to transfer the petition which has been instituted by the respondents for divorce from Bangalore Rural, from the district court Bangalore Rural to the family court in Bandra, bracket Mumbai. This is particularly in the light of the fact that the respondent has 2 minor children who are with her in Bangalore. The transfer. However, by an interim order dated 27 January 2023, the petitioner was granted access to the children through the video conferencing mode on Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. The duration, it was agreed, shall be of 30 minutes on each occasion, subject to extension on mutually acceptable terms. In order to enable the petitioner to have continued access, we continue the arrangement which was made in the order dated 27 January 2023. However, it will be open to any of the parties to apply before the competent court, either for enhanced or modified.
Lordship, at least give one physical access once in a month, once in a week. Lordship, at least one day.
She is not willing, and we honestly, we don't know because we have not interacted with the parties of the children. We have given you liberty to move the competent court in your guardianship petition for access. So we have left it open to you.
So Lordship, the case is now being shifted to Mumbai.
And we are permitting video conferencing. And in 4.1, which is the wife's petition, that we will allow.
So then, Lordship, then I have to go to Bangalore to contest the case.
There we have said that you can appear through video conferencing. In her petition, we will say you can appear through video conferencing. And you don't have to go and contest in Bangalore. In her petition, you allow the usual sentence on video conferencing. So you can appear through the virtual platform.
Item 5.
Item 5.
Please, Milad. May I please, Milad? This is the petition filed by the minor children seeking a transfer from Patiala House to Hyderabad. Now they are in college, they are in school at Hyderabad, and mother is not doing any job and she has no capacity to come and is there to the Delhi. So seeking transfer of the maintenance petition to Hyderabad, state of Hyderabad.
So the maintenance case filed on behalf of the children in the family court, in the Patiala House court. We want that to be transferred.
That is to be gone to the Telangana state of family court at Telangana.
For the respondent, ma'am?
Husband is not appearing here, so though he has taken notice and everything has.
So we record that this is complete. If he comes back, yes. All right. Yes, ma'am, we are allowing it.
Much obliged, Mila.
Mr. Attorney General, we have assembled today for the ceremonial court farewell to my very distinguished
It is
colleague.
right to-
This is
It's not a good manner to read the
May I
judges.
request you to begin the proceedings by saying some words? A few
I was just trying to say it's probably not good manner on the part of Attorney General to read the eye of the departing judge to find out what's happening in his mind. But I thought I may do that. I know that favor, affection, or ill will, but those good thoughts which went into Justice Joseph's mind never always. And there are so many personal recollections I can share, both in this court and a very interesting occasion when I appeared before His Lordship of the Chief Justice in Uttarakhand. And just before that, I asked some of my counsel colleagues in Kerala High Court as to what kind of an experience I would have appearing before Justice Joseph. And the kind of remarks I got exactly fitted with the kind of an experience I had before Chief Justice. The case of a hotel resort arguing after quite a long time, and we got an order, but it ultimately turned out to be in favor of the client, though outwardly it was not. So those so many recollections before it became Attorney General and after becoming Attorney General. And what comes to your mind is that if they say that when judges take oath, these are qualities which enter into your decision-making process, and how subtly they enter into your mind, and they occupy the field of jurisprudence. I say that you're one of the extreme examples, and we're indebted as an institution and the bar for having been with us, and I'm sure we will be with you even after retirement in our other engagements in the administration of justice and the pursuit of law.
Mr. Solicitor General.
I share, my lord, the views of the learned age, and I wish your lordships a very healthy life ahead.
Mr. Agarwal, I must also welcome you as President of the SCBA on this.
Yeah, on behalf of Supreme Court Bar Association, I greet Honorable Justice Joseph, and he has been a source of inspiration for all of us.
Thank you. Mr. Venkatraman.
This is what we have learned in all your 17 years of my appearance in your Lordship's Court, starting from Kerala. How you unravel facts so intensely and intimately and creatively render justice in the law of jurisprudence. You are admired certainly for your scholastic experience you share in the court of law and the way you have nuanced several issues on the constitutional plan. You will therefore remain in the exclusive club of jurists in this world, post your retirement too. And two things, the people from Tamil Nadu, I hail from that state, extremely glad and happy. You have your parting judgment to the constitutional bench, sitting in the constitutional bench on that has found a great touch to the human sentiments of people in that state. And last words, my lord, your father has been your guru, and we came to know that you're going to be your guru and mentor to your son. And we wish the family scores a hat trick.
Ms. Shinoy.
Yes. Your Lordships has every single quality which makes for an exemplary judge, be it your compassion, be it you were progressive in thought, and personally completely committed to social justice. You engaged with us, your Lordships, and every time the level of discourse, you took it to a higher level. It was an absolute pleasure to appear before your Lordships. And I can only say, I'm very young, not so young, but may God bless you. May God bless you with immense and good health and a life filled with music, because I think your Lordships is very, very fond of music. All the very, very best to you, your Lordships.
Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, you're muted actually. Yes. Again, you're muted, Dr. Singhvi. Yes, now it's. Dr. Singhvi, I'll come back to you in a moment because you're muted. We'll just, yes. Yes.
You'll have to, I wish you all the best in your life, and I just want to say one thing, that you have been such a calm judge who has gone to the depth of every bit of it. I have been personally engaged in one of the matters where you took us through your chambers and you listened to all of us so patiently as to understand the depth of the matter. And we went deeper and deeper into it, and we asked the other party also that whether I can take these evidence. Delighted to have you, Your Lordship. You have actually maintained the highest democracy. Actually maintained the rule of law. We will miss you so immensely, Your Lordship. We are actually going to miss the calmness and the attitude and the compassionate situation we always created in the courts. I'm so happy. And I wish you all the best health and health.
My Lord is the author of the Constitution Bench Judgment, the Election Commission appointment, members appointment. And remember, this is a strength of the democracy. My Lord, is a fill up the gap of the last 75 years. My Lord, this is a really, my Lord, is a path breaking.
Mr. B.V. Dinesh. Mr. Raj, I'll just come back to you in a moment. I'll just come back to you. Yes, Mr. Dinesh.
Lords, it's a very sad day for us. Whenever a new judge comes to this court, we ask about that judge. Then if the answer is, if there is no difference between senior and junior, then the test is, everybody knows. And if you have a case before my lords, then you have won. That's only purely on the question of merits. And we were quite impatient to see the patience of my lords in deciding the cases, the time you are taking to decide the issue, convincing the losing party to see that you don't have a case. It's really great. And it's a sad day for us. And we wish a very healthy life in future.
Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rai.
Yes, my lord, we have seen my lords as a wonderful judge and with a very pleasant hearing to each and every member of the bar. Other than this, my lord has a great quality of singing. He can sing better than many of our SCBA participants. Lordship participated in two singing things, and Lordship performed wonderfully. We all are fond of that, my lord. And my lord, I wish all the best for your future endeavors, my lord.
That's from the abundance of my heart. I should, my Lord, thank your Lordship, because my Lord, having known your Lordship, my Lord, since your Lordship's days as a lawyer, Lord, my Lord Justice Joseph, Lord, I got this. He worked so hard, and he used to identify, Lord, the young talents in the bar and encourage them consistently to perform. Lord, I must thank your Lordship, Lord, with folded hands. Had it not been for your Lordship's consistent encouragement, probably a first-generation lawyer like me would have never made it to the Supreme Court. Obliged.
Mr. Dr. Singhvi, Dr. Abhishek Singhvi.
Well, it's I must apologize. I intended to be there, but I'm not there. That's my great regret. I can only say, Melis, that we are having a huge asset loss today. I can remember the Uttarakhand matter, which I argued for very long. I'm not talking of any of its other overtones. But here was a judge who would come to court in the morning and say, what do you make of sentence 5 at page 987 of Bommai? He was intellectually so immersed that he would read Bommai the previous night and put questions the next day about the various facets. That quality and the additional quality that, to the best of his ability and understanding, he only decides on the merits of what he sees, and no other degree of anything can affect him. I think that's a very, very remarkable thing. And I think we will all miss this sterling person. We wish him well, and we hope for the best.
Thank you. Mr. Vijay Hansaria.
I must share one of my experiences with my Lord Justice Joseph. It's the most difficult thing when the judge says in the beginning, no, there is nothing. But at the end, you can persuade your Lordship, my Lord. In a small matter regarding a police officer, the Lordship said it's atrocious. We have to send him to jail, not only this, but I could persuade, and your Lordship, you are pleased to issue notice, my Lord. It has been a great, remarkable thing for the honorable judges that they are open to persuasion till the orders are passed. We will be extremely missing Honorable Justice Joseph.
The Indian Supreme Court is looked upon with the highest respect outside the country also. When your Lordship are given the ceremony, hate speech matter,
not to support all over the world, and your Lordship kept the status of Supreme Court so high. And my Lord, I endorse the statement of Sanidas Hanoi that your Lordship was ready to compassion. We have seen His Lordship singing a song for the victims of flood in Kerala sometime when His Lordship joined here. And then he has requested not to record it. They sang a song in Hindi very beautifully. We wish your Lordship all the best.
Brother Joseph. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Manu.
My Lord, on behalf of Advocate and Regard Association, my Lord, we share the same views as expressed by my learned friends, my Lord. And there are so many sweet memories of my Lord, when we were appearing before my Lord. So at this lecture, my Lord, I pray to Almighty that your Lordship may have peaceful, healthy, and prosperous retirement life.
Brother Joseph, I have the signal honor of presiding over the ceremonial court farewell, but it is also coupled with nostalgia and sadness. Nostalgia because Joseph and I are childhood friends. Joseph was the first person who became my friend when I shifted to Delhi in August 1972, years and years ago. I'll be speaking more of that in the afternoon when we have the formal SCBA farewell. But today in the morning when we were having tea over the welcome for the new judges, one of my colleagues who would be next in line this morning for the farewell asked us whether I was being partial to Justice Joseph in the collegium, to which Justice Joseph, straightforward and down to earth that he is, said no on the collegium. He was absolutely dispassionate. But I can then also, of course, confess that outside the court and the collegium, there's a sense of nostalgia about our childhood and the times that we spent together. Brother Joseph and I shared the bench during the COVID-19 pandemic. And it was like we could read each other's minds. I remember particularly a very interesting case about the stoppage of imports from a neighboring country. And very intricate question was, what is the date at which a notification is actually taking effect? Yeah. And that depended. And as it so happened, Brother Justice Narasimha was arguing the matter before us. So it's all three of us are on the bench together, not virtually, but physically. We found ourselves on the same page about the case before us on so many occasions. As in that case, Brother Joseph found an old authority from the Madras High Court, which I then cited in my judgment. It's always been a pleasure to share the bench with you. I hear from the young members of the bar that they look forward to appearing before Justice Joseph because he is unfailingly patient with them. If I wanted to meet Brother Joseph, particularly after I took over as the Chief Justice of India in November 2022, typically at 4:30, my usher would tell me, Joseph Saab, abhi court mein baithe hain, court chal rahi hai. So true of you. Brother Joseph's expertise on matters ranging from commercial law to constitutional law will be missed. You've left behind and you leave behind a great sense of continuity, which we inherited from your own distinguished father, Justice K.K. Matthew. And I know that you've left behind, as you depart from the court as a judge, a huge collection of friends, both on and off the bench. So we thank you for all your work as a judge of the Supreme Court. And this is just to tell you, in terms of the large audience today, of how widely you have been appreciated by the bar, something which the bench as well shares. May I now request Justice Joseph to say a few words.
Honorable Chief Justice, my learned brother, Justice Narasimha, Attorney General, Solicitor General, President of the CBA, of his other office bearers, and my dear friends. This is an incredible moment in the life of any judge. We know from the date you are appointed, you have to retire. And therefore, you think that it's factored in and you are ready for it. But this is an incredible moment. The sense that life is starting a new for me. I really do not know what is the track that I will take. Blessed are those who give and blessed are those who receive, it is said in the gospel. All that you have said, I take it with a generous pinch of salt. I think it all comes from the bottom of your hearts more than from your minds. And it's customary. And I'll be very naive if I took it at face value. But at the same time, I pocket it. It comes free. I'm really grateful for all the things that you have said, and see the bar and the bench, two sides of the same coin, not repeated, a platitude, but it's really so. Because without the assistance of a bar, which is sufficiently learned and experienced, this sport, which is at the top of the pyramid of the judiciary, cannot render justice to the common man. Therefore, the assistance of the bar is of the greatest importance. And I'm so happy that I've been able to receive the assistance from the bar in each and every case. And as to whether I have done anything, it is better to leave it to posterity, because today we are living at this moment more in the hearts and not in the minds. Therefore, thank you for all that you have said, and perhaps for what you have not said.
No. Please, ma'am.
Item 6.
Instructions for the respondent, my lord. Instructions late last night. If my lords may give me the leave to file my wakalatnama in the court, we'd also like to put a short reply on it. There are certain very grave allegations.
But this is the transfer petition by the siblings of the deceased wife of the respondent.
Yes.
There are two children who study in Bangalore, so we have to transfer this from Gurugram to Bangalore.
Very well, my lords, may just allow me to put in my reply, because there are grave allegations against me, my lords. I am alcoholic, drunkard.
Ma'am, what we'll do is that we will say that the transfer petition, our order in the transfer petition has nothing to do with the allegation, and we'll say that we are not expressing any opinion on the allegations, and we'll only say that we are transferring it because the two children are studying, they're minors, and they're studying in Bangalore, and their mother has passed away.
Yes, my lords. And also that I have not been allowed to meet them, my lords.
That you can pursue, your remedies under the, that will clarify. So we'll say the transfer petition is by the siblings of the deceased wife of the respondent. Stop. They seek transfer of the petition under the Guardianship and Guardians and Wards Act filed by the respondent in the family court at Gurugram, to the family court at Bangalore. Stop. The basis for the we are inclined to allow the transfer petition since there are two children of the respondent and the deceased spouse who are studying in Bangalore, and full stop. The children are about 10 and 11. 10, about 12, about 10 and 10 and 11 years old, 11 and 10 years old. Full stop. Next. Learned counsel appearing on behalf of the respondent states that there are certain allegations in the petition which are not admitted, which are denied. Full stop. We clarify that while we are inclined to allow the transfer petition, we are not dwelling on any of the allegations contained in the petition. Full stop.
My lords,
The transfer petition is primarily allowed on the ground of the welfare of the minor who are in Bangalore. Full stop. The transfer petition is accordingly allowed by transferring the proceedings pending before the family court at Gurugram, the family court at Bangalore. Into brackets, so number that.
my lords would give me the liberty to appear virtually.
The petitioner or the respondent would be at liberty to appear virtually
And
before this.
my lords, if I could be allowed to meet the children, because I'm not even allowed to talk to them.
You can apply before the complete.
Item 7, always.
Is the transfer petition by the husband, right?
That he's mentally disabled.
He says he's mentally disabled.
In this case, even the wife resides in Rajasthan. She's also in Jaipur. She resides with the elder brother. That's the peculiarity. Even the court, because she's speaking.
Is she appearing? Who's appearing for her?
Service is complete.
Service is complete, but you're mentally disabled, the client is mentally disabled.
The certificate is also there. Basic.
But you want to transfer the DV Act proceedings, you know?
Witnesses will be there.
And you know, the thing is that now you want this to be transferred from Gurgaon to Jaipur. In the DV Act proceeding, the witnesses will all be there in Haryana.
In fact, the parties are residing in Rajasthan throughout. The wife is still in Rajasthan. And she stays with the elder brother. That was the grounds for divorce, in fact. In fact, there are two children who are not born out of the wedlock. And
why don't you appear in the video conferencing platform before the court at Gurgaon?
Alternative, I will take so just one.
That's what we'll do, because, you know, otherwise it will be very harsh on her.
And that too expertly.
So we'll say that we are not inclined to transfer.
Because if I may just put in one more aspect, he's seeking attachment of properties. The properties are also in Jaipur. And the Gurgaon court also observes, page 66, that the proceedings will have to be transferred because all the properties for attachment are in Jaipur. Because page 66, kindly have, if I may read, all the properties mentioned in the list are located in Jaipur and cannot be attached to the court at Gurugram, and the execution may have to be transferred to proceedings under section 421 CRPC.
But without her, we don't want to ex parte transfer these proceedings, you know, because
take dusty service.
Take
dusty and serve her. Then once she chooses not to come, then
the office report indicates that service is complete. We are of the view that it would be appropriate to make one more effort to serve the respondent dusty. Stop dusty permitted. List on, we'll keep it in July.
In fact, previously also I had taken instructions from a client. They said dusty actually a problem because the elder brother, they are at loggerheads.
So all right, don't say dusty. Service shall be effected on the respondent through the court concerned. To the court concerned at Gurgaon. That has been done?
Service has been effected through the trial court in Gurugram.
Oh, it has been done.
It's already done.
Because we sought service on.
What we will do is that we will permit you to appear through video conferencing in Gurgaon. All right, that's what we'll do.
It's a very hard case, otherwise.
I know, but look at it from her point of view. The moment we transfer it, it's the end of the matter for her. She will never be able to pursue it in anywhere else.
She's there. That's
what you're
I said it, my lord. May see very clearly, my lord.
Affidavit of yours that she is writing in Jaipur.
I will take in.
All right. Learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner states that though the respondent has instituted the proceedings under the Domestic Violence Act, Puranamiko, in Gurgaon, the respondent, the first respondent, as a matter of fact, resides in Jaipur. Full stop. We permit the first respondent to file an affidavit together with documentary material, if any, indicating the place of residence of the first respondent, as stated above. Full stop. List on. We'll keep it on July.
Item 8.
Made please, Lord. This is a petition by.
For restitution of conjugal rights, right?
My Lord. DV proceedings are pending at Bandra in Mumbai, my Lord. Already.
They've been served. They've been served.
Yes, duly served.
Yes.
Services.
I'm grateful.
Item 9.
Lordship, in item 9, I am appearing for the husband. I'm the respondent here. And Lordship, this mediation proceedings were failed. Wife demanded 60 lakhs and my client is able to convince up to 20 lakhs. In the morning, I spoke to him. So 25,
There's 20.
25 I can manage, I will try.
They're saying up to 25 lakhs is what they can offer as a permanent alimony.
I will take instruction. I will discuss with my client also.
Lordship, both are government doctors. They both are settled. She's working.
Where are they both based?
She's working in Secunderabad, UP, and she sought transfer petition to Ghaziabad from Rajasthan.
And where is your client based? He's in Rajasthan.
No, Lord. He's in Uttar Pradesh, Lordship. Ghaziabad.
Yes, thank you. Like to ask our respective clients to come to court next time. Is it possible?
I will ask my client, Lordship, no problem. After summer vacation.
What about you? Will she come here? Because they're offering about 25 lakhs as permanent alimony. You think it's talkable? If it's not talkable, that's we need to push you here. And we'll take a call on the
mediation, Lordship, petitioner is very clear about, since she said that his father expenditure was on around more than 80 lakhs. Therefore,
So then we'll transfer it, I think. We'll transfer it.
Lordship, the only problem is that she has got the delay tactics. Lordship, then maybe please to.
Suffering from renal cell carcinoma.
Lordship, now she is recovered.
Out of Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Research.
Lordship, now she is recovered. She is working in government hospital as a doctor. So, Lordship, then kindly maybe please to direct the district court to expedite the matter, and it is at this stage.
That will do.
At this stage of evidence of the wife.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do that.
Okay, deeply obliged, Lordship.
Item 10.
Please.
Item 10.
Please, Lord. Appearing for petitioner seeking transfer of divorce case from Bhareich UP to
Bhareich to Kalkatuma. And you have filed in the DV Act, which is pending
Yes, Lord.
Before the Mahila Court.
Shadra
Mediation cell. We'll allow this.
So grateful.
We are all assembled here in the ceremonial court farewell to my very distinguished colleague, Justice Ajay Rastogi. May I request the Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. R. Venkatramani, to say a few words.
The searching questions and the serious demeanor, but immediately accompanied by a disarming smile. And what did we do? I think we all learned by the qualities of a great judge put on this court. And these three qualities are there in abundance. I think we not only learn, but we are part of the stream of justice. And we are greatly honored that this institution had you here. And I have so many personal recollections. Many of us have personal recollections day in and day out of how we have benefited by your presence here. But one important personal benefit, I should say, your intervention in the Amrapali matter has paved the way for a very long and commendable journey for us. And I'm sure you'll be remembered by thousands of home buyers in whose hearts you will stay for a long, long time as an architect of their peace and comfort. And I'm sure I will also write one day about it. in my own memorable way and say that this is part of our life journey. Indeed, I am happy for being there.
Mr. Solicitor General.
Lord, I share the Lord, views of the learned AG. Lord, three facts come to my mind, my Lord, while we bid a farewell to your lordships. One, my Lord, ease of arguments, irrespective of the age of the lawyer, my Lord, whether he is young or senior, Lord, we were all at ease before your lordships. Second, Lord, smile on your lordship's face, my Lord, throughout the day. And third, the problem which we faced because of your lordship's habit of reading everything, many a times, my Lord, those of us who didn't have the, Lord, habit of reading every page were caught, Lord, unguard. But your lordships have never, my Lord, permitted that my Lord, in the way of our clients getting justice, my Lord. Your lordship's absence would really be felt and will be missed. I wish your lordships a very healthy and a very enjoyable life ahead.
Mr. Attorney General.
But I thought when judges retire during vacation, they should not retire prematurely. And probably we should have a benefit of a special bench of 3 honorable judges, and we can have more memorable time with them.
I can certainly do that, and I'll take the permission of my distinguished colleague's spouse that he should be sitting in court for the remaining part of his tenure. I'm sure he will be more than happy to do that. But Mr. Agarwal.
Our good wishes to Justice Rastogi. Justice Rastogi has been the president, undisputed leader of Rajasthan High Court Bar Association for 10 years. So after retirement, we will like that when he has a training, he has taught the lawyers and the teachers and the judges in different parts. So he should be associated with our Supreme Court Bar Association because he has all India experience and he should help us.
Dr. Singhvi?
As I said, I regret not being there. Justice Rastogi brings with us and takes away a little bit of that fragrance from my home state, Rajasthan. He was so immersed in the bar, so active in the bar as president, that many of us believed that he would not take up judgeship. But having taken up judgeship and been in the same court, he exhibited a remarkable even-handedness. It is very difficult having spent so long in the bar and so actively in the bar. I only want to add one thing. One of his most obvious outstanding qualities is a very great degree of pragmatism. In every case I have done before him here in Rajasthan, he has exhibited a result-oriented approach. How to get on with the matter, how to dispose of the matter, how to get a result in the matter. I think sometimes that is very important. He has an eye on the clock, he has an eye on the calendar, and he manages that extremely well. We wish him very well. We will miss him, but I'm sure we are going to see more and more of him soon.
Mr. Ansaria?
We're extremely grateful to Honorable Justice Rastogi. All the members of the bar have said good things, my lord. Only one grievance we have remained with you, that we could not provoke your lordships to raise your lordship's voice. Taste your impatience. Your lordship have been very, very patient. We bar has tried to make your lordship impatient, but your lordship have never become. Wish your lordship very, very healthy and happy life and a very fruitful life.
Mr. Gopal Shankar Nair.
Lords, if I can start with a complaint, which is that very often when seniors used to appear before Justice Rastogi, and if they were not there for some reason, because of a Pakso, he would say no Pakso and make the junior bar argue. And on multiple occasions, I've been found guilty. And I've seen the way he's encouraged juniors, associates, AORs on a consistent basis. I think it was fantastic for the bar, for the junior bar, to be encouraged in that fashion and step up to the plate and do well. That's a sense that we get from judges who want to build the institution rather than just merely adjudicate. I think that's huge and exemplary contribution that judges can bring. In the 70s, I understand that the court would be granted passovers and adjournments, so many opportunities came to the junior bar. And I think that's worth replicating. I do praise Lord Justice Rastogi for that, though I had personal loss, but I think that was fantastic The second thing is your patience and your ability to try and bring solutions. I joined Dr. Singh in what he said. You would, many cases when we were being adversarial, he would find the medium and he would like to provide for mediation and solutions. Lordship would remember multiple occasions where everybody went off happier because he pushed towards a solution and we got that. Thirdly, your concurring judgment in the Election Commission Constitution Bench, where Justice Joseph penned the majority and you, that concurring is so well written. I think it's a human, example that people must follow about how a small contribution can still go towards enhancing the jurisprudence of the court. And finally, I think all of us today stand with gratitude that you are part of the collegium that gave us Mr. Vishwanathan as a judge. So, very grateful for your contribution.
Mr. Pallav Shishodia.
You're the one who has seen you growing from childhood. It has been a wonderful journey both as a lawyer and a judge. And the pleasantness has been the hallmark all throughout. And I wish you a wonderful time ahead. It has been, it's a matter of pride and privilege to be called a friend and be associated with you.
Yes.
I attend parade. I could not stop myself praising Justice Rastogi as I am seeing what I felt, what I am realizing right from 1978 as a benchmate, as classmate when we took admission in Rajasthan University. And I further praise how successfully he continued with legacy of his maternal uncle, Radhakishan Rastogi. He was Advocate General in Rajasthan, and thereafter, untimely sudden demise of his father, Harishchandra Rastogi, he was prominent lawyer at Rajasthan High Court. I will certainly miss him, and whatever qualities described here, nothing is new. Right from 1978, I am observing the same from except acquiring knowledge and experience. He is with the same humbleness, same qualities. I really miss him, and I wish personally his bright forthcoming days.
Colonel Bala.
Yes, my lord. My lords, to be very honest, my lords, I knew very little about Honorable Justice Rastogi before my lords got elevated here. My lords, but this brief interaction, I would say, has been tremendous. Personally, my lords have influenced me a lot. And my lords always, in fact, whenever we had appeared before your court, your my lords have made it so light and the ambience, and as well as my lords, we have learned a lot from actually the way my lords have conducted the courts. My lords, we wish you a very most happy retired life, and with God's grace, my lords, wish you pink of health, and my lords, the best of happiness.
I'm on the same page as Learned Attorney General for India on Amravati's matter. And I would just say one thing, that it was very difficult to win the battle of wits with Justice Rastogi, as he would come in and out of the situation with greater ease. And he was always more clever than almost all of us. And we will really miss you, your lords. And we will actually miss the laughter and the good which was there in the atmosphere with your lordships on the bench. And we wish you all the best in the future and all the other battles of wits you are going to play. And on behalf of the Army Council Association, I wish you all the best and a healthy and prosperous life and new battles.
First, say two things about my lord's Rastogi. Firstly, your lordship even-handed approach towards the younger bar. Irrespective of the senior counsel appearing on the other side, you always felt that we'll get a fair hearing and a fair outcome. And my lord, secondly, your lordship's love for the liberty. If there was any bail or anticipatory bail matter which got listed in your lordship's court, we were all immediately extremely happy about that. Everybody wanted the matters to be listed in your lordship's court. So I was extremely grateful, Lord. Wish your lordship the best times going forward.
Mr. Siddharth Dave.
It's a sad day for lordships, I'll be honest here. But it's a happy day for some of us. You meet your lordship on the golf course. You meet your lordship more openly. And interact with your lordship more elegantly. Now we'll be friends outside the court, and we wish your lordships all the very best. Thank you.
My lord, on behalf of Advocate and Guard Association, my lord, we share the same views as expressed by my legislature, my lord. But one of the best quality of my lord was that whenever our association or EC members visited my lord to share some problems, my lord was always guiding factors and even encourage us that you have to resolve your issue by this way or that way. So we will miss my lords, and we pray to Almighty that your lordship will have a post-retirement life happy, healthy, and prosperous. Thank you.
Thank you. Brother Justice Rastogi, you personify in so many ways judicial compassion and sensitivity to every cause which came before you. Brother Rastogi draws immense inspiration from his father, Sri Harishchandra Rastogi, who was also an eminent civil lawyer in the same court. I recently got to know that as soon as Justice Rastogi enrolled as an advocate before the Rajasthan High Court in March 1982, he got a brief on the very next day. He was able to successfully argue the brief before the High Court and secure relief for his client. This marked a turning point in his career, should I say, and the turning point in Brother Rastogi's career came very soon, on the next day itself. Because he soon established himself as a prominent authority on civil laws, service law, labor matters, among other things. Here at the Supreme Court, Brother Rastogi, we have often relied on your expertise in complex and highly nuanced service matters, among various other aspects of litigation. Indeed, there is a sense of relief and assurance when we see your name in the roster handling these cases, or your name as the author of decisions regarding these issues. Brother Rastogi and I sat for a very long period of time in 2019 and 2020, and we shared both on and off the bench a very interesting time. It was a sheer pleasure to sit with Justice Rastogi and to share so many things apart from just the law that we talk of in the court. Today I get an opportunity to sit with him once again. Brother Rastogi has been a source of immense support and strength in the collegium. As Mr. Shankaranarayan said, we've just marked the entry of two distinguished judges into our court. We did that in virtually an afternoon of sitting, and we have those judges appointed to the court barely 3 days after the recommendation was made. Justice Rastogi was and has always been a very great ally, not only for me as a judge, the Chief Justice of India, but for the Supreme Court. And we are deeply grateful to you for your service, for your commitment and your dedication, Brother Rastogi. May I now request Justice Rastogi to say a few words.
First of all, I'm very thankful for the words which you have spoken for me. I don't know whether I deserve or not, but I think without making it money. And I put this question to myself that you're retiring today, or once particular day comes in later. I will keep on thinking to me that no, I'm not retiring. I'm limiting my office. So I request the Chief Justice that please don't put retirement today and say limiting office. Retirement, my understanding, is something different. When you go to the different stage where you're leaving everything in your profession. I've been in profession for 41 years. I served in various ways as a president of the bar, a lawyer, a judge. So I've seen different capacities. And today also I feel, since my age is going to 65 years, I'm limiting office. But still, I don't say I'm retiring. So I'll continue to be in profession. And profession doesn't mean that you're a lawyer. In profession, you can serve society in various ways. And those ways are open. But I say I'm a career. There may be provisions in the Constitution that I can't turn back to the profession. If there can be a cooling period, and you permit me to come after the cooling period is over, I'll be the first man to join. But I can tell you one thing very frankly here. I enjoyed my profession the best of my life. Those who have been with me in profession those who work in my chamber, those my other colleagues. Not a single day I don't know whether I have enjoyed there also. But if you ask me to select either the one, then I'll go the earlier, not the later. So my request, once again, I'm so thankful to all of you. And God bless all. And keep your these soft words showering on me all the time. And thank you once again. Very much. Thank you. And I'll take meetings with me. Thank you.
One 1501 for judgment.
We have accepted large number of recommendations of the SNJPC. Apart from that, we have also collated the principles on the basis of which the earlier judgments were given, accepting the recommendations with respect to the district judiciary. And these relate to principles that we have mentioned after the council's submission, relating to uniformity in designations and service conditions, separation of powers in comparison with political executive. It's an important aspect. We have also dealt with independence of the district judiciary as part of the basic structure. Judicial independence and access to justice ensures implementation of Part 3 of the Constitution and equivalence of judicial functions of district judiciary and higher judiciary. We have also given a list of recommendations that have been accepted. Primarily, we have dealt with recommendations of pay and thereafter pension, gratuity, and other things. And the consequential directions are important. I'll just read that one paragraph. Ultimately, the effect of acceptance of the recommendations of this court is that necessary amendments must be carried out in service rules of judicial officers across all jurisdictions. It is thus directed that the high courts and the competent authorities, wherever applicable, bring the rules in conformity with the recommendations accepted by this court above within a period of 3 months. Compliance affidavits be placed on record by the high courts, the states and the unions within 4 months. In the case of payment of arrears of pay, this court had by orders on 27 July 22 and 18/1/23 already directed that all arrears of pay be cleared by 30th of June 2023. In this regard, it is directed that compliance affidavit must be filed by all states and union territories by 30th of July 2023, that the arrears of pay have been positively credited into the accounts of the concerned officers. The revised rates of pensions which have been approved by this court shall be payable by 1st of July 2023 for the payment of arrears of pension, additional pension, gratuity, and other retirement benefits as well. Following the orders of 27/7/22 and 18/1/23, it is directed that 25% will be paid by 31st of August 23, another 25% by 31st of October 23, and the remaining 50% by 31st of December 23. We will list this case.
Lordship, 17 July at 3 p.m. we can keep, Lordship.
On 17 July 2023 at 3 p.m. for further compliance on pay and pension, on which this court will take up the recommendation on allowances.
Come to join us on this.
May I please?
This is it's a transfer petition by the in-laws of the respondents, right?
Since I'm appearing for the wife, I'm appearing for the respondents, I'm objecting to this petition.
They have said that you live in Delhi, is it true?
No.
They say that you are a resident of Malviya Nagar because your father is the president of the taxi union.
To live long time back, the entire family has moved to Punjab. The children who have been abandoned by the family are staying with the mother. They are studying in Punjab. They are even contesting elections for the panchayat.
For the petitioner?
Yes, ma'am.
Lord, can we transfer her DV Act proceedings?
Lord, may I just make a submission? She is very much, first of all, she is very much staying here in Delhi. And this.
But tell us one thing, if she was in Delhi, why would she file it in Rupnagar in Punjab? Because she would be fighting her own.
But if she allow, I'll just make one submission.
Her cancer treatment is going on near Punjab. She would have gone to AIMS Delhi, not to AIMS Punjab to get her cancer treatment. But she's a cancer.
Who the first respondent is undergoing cancer treatment.
These mothers.
Lord, these 4 petitioners, 2 are.
Correct that she is undergoing cancer treatment.
Lord, kindly see, we have filed the medical records. And she is, even if she is going through medical treatment, AIMS is nearby.
Right.
Staying in.
All that. Yes.
Item 12.
Then we withdraw it.
We have withdrawn.
Just one second.
We are withdrawing it.
Already you're withdrawing all this.
Yes, we're withdrawing.
Yes, sir.
Item
12.
My lord, I appear for the respondent husband.
Who is the
My lord, if there's anything, I would just say we have no objection to the transfer. Let it be transferred to somewhere in Delhi because that's where the wife is now, the petitioner.
Who is appearing for the petitioner? Oh, there's a letter. Then we'll keep.
13. Wait.
The petition is for restitution of conjugal rights filed by the respondent. She has a 9-month-old baby.
This is just one side of the story, my lord. The mother-in-law is expired, father-in-law is 72.
You're for the respondent.
Yes, I'm appearing for the respondent.
We'll allow it. She has a 9-month-old baby. Where will she defend it?
My lord, I want to further time to file my counter in this.
No, it's all right. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Item
14.
My lord, in that case, my lord, I would like to withdraw my petition before the family court.
That you do. We'll transfer it. You can always withdraw it.
That's a statement may be taken, my lord.
You can withdraw it over there. You withdraw it. No difficulty.
Because then I have to come to withdraw it over here to transfer it.
No, you can withdraw it immediately.
Once because the transfer.
All right, we'll just say this is seal number 13.
Yes.
The Learned Counsel appearing on behalf of the respondent states that the petition for restitution of conjugal rights, which has been filed before the family court at Hyderabad, would be withdrawn. This shall be done positively within a period of 1 week. In view of the above statement, the transfer petition does not survive and is accordingly disposed of.
I'm not listening.
That's it.
Item 14.
My lord, petitioner is a lady residing in Ghaziabad.
criminal complaint filed against you and your husband.
Yes, my lord.
That he purloined data and, you have set up competing sole proprietary concern. How can we transfer criminal proceeding?
Page 18, para 3. My lord, kindly see page 18, para 3. The documents filed on record relating to the email ID of accused number 1 were not clear on the aspect of theft of data.
That is on merits.
My lord, well,
Will not transfer.
Item
15.
Yes, your lordship. We are for the respondent.
And for the respondent number 2, by her under section 498A.
Yes, your lordship. For the state.
I am for the petitioner. Your
I am
lordship.
for the respondent. Your lordship.
And who are you for?
For the state.
For the state.
They have joined for the respondent, your lordship. For the respondent number 2, your lordship.
Both of you have joined together?
Your lordship, we haven't.
Then why are you standing together?
Your lordship, I'll do.
No. That's all right.
Your lordship, the purpose of the transfer petition is to meet the end of the justice with a fair trial.
You said that the judge is a close
Yes.
relative of her.
Yes, your lordship.
Lordship, it is untrue. I
Let
have
me-
filed my counter on that. Lordship, only thing was it was received late in the
Your
evening. I have filed it online on the.
Let's give her a chance.
Page 235, your lordship. So you can-
There is a judge in charge of the trial.
Yes, your lordship. The judge, there is the 164 statement. This has been recorded by the judge who has gifted the jewelry to the petitioner in the marriage. And there is a retired judge whose influence is.
Who is doing the trial now?
Yes, your lordship. The one who has gifted both, the one, Aarti Jha, she is the judge, she is taking the trial, and she is the one who is
You
involved.
should apply for transfer from that judge, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I appear for the state.
So a retired judge who is also a party to this. And the witness,
Judge is hearing the matter.
Aarti Jha judge, yes, she has recorded 164 statement and she has added the sections 354.
Why don't you do this? You can move the district judge for transfer to another court within the same jurisdiction, or you can move the high court for transfer to another district within the state.
Your lordship, the witnesses involved, everybody is politically connected, they are politicians. So the matter, some influence will come either from one district to another. The influence will be there.
You can apply, you cannot transfer, especially it's a criminal case which is instituted by her. So you can apply, we need not even say that, you can apply, or should we say give her liberty if she wants to. We're not inclined to entertain the transfer petition for transfer of the criminal case instituted by the second respondent from Raipur to Delhi. Full stop. However, if the petitioner has any genuine apprehension in regard to the fairness of the trial, it would be open to her to move either the district judge or a district judge, or as the case may be, for the High Court for a transfer within the same district, or as the case may, or to another district within the same state.
Your lordship, maybe we have joined through VC because the parents.
VC ka de do, all right.
They have filed one quashing petition and that is pending. This was next date is 6th of 16th of
15th.
You can join through VC. There's no
Your
doubt.
lordship, so maybe we allowed.
Your lordship.
VC.
Your lordship, our presence will be recorded.
Yes, yeah, present record. Mr. Attorney General, will now do a very
Today I can be accused of a Madrasi bias.
pleasant but sad, very, very sad duty of I have to preside over this reference to bid farewell to Brother Ram Subramaniam as a very distinguished colleague, good friend, and a judge of our court. May I request the learned Attorney General to say a
So I said, well, I will reserve my evening goes on the merit for a great judge. A 4-year period being too small for him or too short for him to make more indelible marks in this court. I said I can be accused of a Madrasi bias because we have sort of Madrasi connection. But beyond this court engagement and his contribution within a very short period, less than 4 years, there are other remarkable things which this learned judge has grown with him, brought with him, and made it part and imprinted on the judicial process. And Something leaves me speechless when I find that in a serial, in what called a book called Word Hunt in Tamil, very difficult to translate it so easily. And you have a person who participated in this process of Word Hunt, compiled as a book, and then, and lo and behold, a life convict in a jail comes and receives the first copy of this, publication, where the dais is shared by the honorable judge. Something very remarkable. And the same quality of, enduring quality of being a humble human being, he brought in, I think, in almost all the days he has spent in his court. And finally, the cryptocurrency judgment will remain with us, opening up new chapters of understanding the financial and economic dimensions of emerging laws in our country. And when that judgment was cited repeatedly in the election, the demonetization case, I think we learned many things on how to read a judgment for the first time, a new judgment, opening up new chapters, how to read a judgment. We did it with the engagement of the Ram Subramaniam together in the court. Remarkable days, and I'm sure with his contribution in the court, and he's going to travel beyond. We know that what he's likely to do, not in any matter of office and things like that, but his wide scholarship and erudition. I'm sure he'll be a great asset to the nation.
Solicitor General.
Please, Lord, thinking that Justice Ramasubramaniam is leaving this institution, my Lord, 4 things come to my mind. First, your Lordship's very amiable nature. Nobody felt any element of hesitance in arguing before your Lordships. Second, Lord, it is said that 2 senses, the humanity is, there is a diminishing quality, my Lord, in 2 senses. A, sense of humor, and second, common sense. Your Lordships had both in abundance. Lord, extraordinary common sense and a brilliant sense of humor, which all of us would miss. Third, nobody could create a nuisance value in your Lordship's court. Your Lordships never took nonsense lying down, and that quality is brute courage, which is, my Lord, required, and nobody should, my Lord, tinker with the goodness of a judge, my Lord. That's what the message your Lordships are leaving. And fourth, the energy which your Lordships exhibited at 10:30 and the smile on your Lordship's face at 10:30 remained the same even at 4 o'clock. And if we happen to meet after 4 o'clock in some official function or so, with the same energy level, same smile, and the same sense of it. Your Lordships would really be missed. Of course, your Lordships, my Lord, we would keep on troubling my Lords in whichever capacity your Lordships would contribute. But your Lordships, my Lord, scholarship in subjects other than law, for example, Sanskrit, scriptures, etc., would also, my Lord, help the generations to come. I wish your Lordships a very healthy life, a very peaceful life, and please continue to, my Lord, encourage us. Thank you.
Mr. Agarwal.
We fully endorse the views of Honorable Attorney General and Solicitor General. And I have the opportunity of appearing before Lordship when I was the Additional Advocate General of Tamil Nadu. That time and here also, he's so sober, everybody we used to go but down before.
Mr. Venkataraman.
Lord, let me imitate the style of Brother SG. 3 things. But Lord Rao has transcended 3 yugas. He is worshipped even today because of 2 reasons: Satya and Dharma. Please allow us to call you fondly once Justice Ram will remain in the hearts, the advocates, not only in Supreme Court, across, because you cherish this as your values and core values in life, preserving Satya and Dharma all throughout your judicial career. 2, your Lordships have dispensed judgments across different branches of law. which most of the judges could have done. But your USP is not only that. Sometimes law and justice system requires innate cleverness, innate astuteness, very unique. You will be extremely courageous. You will use the tool of law. You will use the tool of Satya and Dharma and break path-breaking judgments in that area. To cite one is going to be that a judgment rendered a few days ago. I'm not repeating what I say. Justice Nagamuthu, my lord, retired judge of our court and a renowned classical criminal jurisprudence lawyer, said, this PMLA judgment will get carved, chiseled in the history of citations and stay forever in the Indian jurisprudence on PMLA. The third, many here know only as a great judge, but at least in North India, your scholastic knowledge on our scriptures, he is considered to be a scholar among scholars in Ramayana in Tamil Nadu. Scholar among scholars. When he's invited for great debates on Ramayana, he's not invited as a ceremonial head because he's a judge of the Supreme Court. He's invited because he's respected as a scholar among scholars. So you will now be sharing your post-retirement time because many will chase you, sir, no doubt. But I think Kamban Kazhagams across the world would have booked you for the next few years also to dispense. You have a duty also to discourse on this legendary tradition of this great holy land. You are ultimately a man. You have said this to us as young lawyers. We have heard you when you said this in the bar as a judge. Nobody can make me angry because you have said that a man who is angry, he always shows a sign of losing. I don't want to lose in life. That's the spirit. You should always keep winning in your life. Best praised.
The Advocate General is also here.
Yes, Advocate.
Line, Mr. Shanmugasundaram. May I request you to say a few words?
But I'm very grateful for the opportunity given. I know Justice Ram Subramaniam from the day he started his practice in the Madras High Court, and I have appeared before him several occasions. Of all the occasions, I found that he knew more facts and law than me whenever I appeared. And such a thorough judge is expected, and may his tribe increase. But then the other aspect I want to tell about Justice Ram Subramaniam is he's a great Tamil scholar, and I'm a fan of his YouTube lectures, speeches, wherever he gives on Ramayana and so many other Tamil literature. And so with the judge with such a literary blend of mind, he is also expected. I wish him well. I wish him happiness, health, all through the life. Thank you very much.
Mr. Gopal Shankaran.
Lords, I wanted to start by saying my apologies that for the last 3 weeks, many of us have besieged him in this court with 2 extremely heavy matters in the last 3 weeks. Most people would have just popped it off after vacation, especially when one of the sides decided to file a 3,000-page convenience compilation. It's most demoralizing when you walk into court and then Justice Ramasubramanian says, page 1537, right? June 4, 1962. And you just don't know how he has figured out what is there on that page in such a short space. I mean, his intellect is massive, his capacity to work is immense. And what I have always been surprised by is for a gentleman whose first language was Tamil for the better part of his life, his felicity with the English language, how he could marshal facts and arguments and move them into a compelling judgment, distilling principles rather than taking out paragraphs, is magnificent. I mean, it is a huge loss to the court in many, many respects. His patience, his wit, of course, has been touched upon. He would never lose an opportunity to crack one if he had it. His literary allusions, ranging from Shakespeare and Alexander Pope to some of the finest writers in domestic literature as well, are all embellishments to the quality of judgment writing in this court. And of course, we know from Justice Ramasubramaniam from many accounts that all of us have heard about his expertise in the Tamil language. I remember Justice Nariman, after he stepped down once, he himself being an expert in comparative religions, once we were just talking about judges of the court, and he said, Justice Ramasubramaniam, in typical Justice Nariman style, brilliant, magnificent. So, I mean, we don't need more people to replicate just that sentiment that we all have, and such a loss for the institution. But we just hope that you will continue in Delhi and we'll have the opportunity to meet you again very often. Grateful for everything that you've given us.
Dr. Singhvi?
Well, I think when Justice Ramasubramaniam joined law and then the judiciary, there was a huge loss to several diverse vocations. His interest in interfaith surprises me. His knowledge of history never ceases to amaze me. He's a linguist par excellence, or at least in linguistics. Most important, his racontier's performance on the bench and off the bench. And above all, his one-line witticisms. We've been pestering him. I just told him yesterday that he must compile them and not claim trademark or copyright rights on that. Along with such great, diverse, versatile talent, he's always been unfailingly smiling, unfailingly courteous, and yet firm and fair. So we wish him well. We only wish that with his so many diverse, versatile interests, he also gets some rest in retirement.
Yes. Lord, Justice Ramasubramaniam is very spiritual. So I want to make one appeal. In Agni Puran, there are so many chapters on property laws, so many provisos are there. So like so many Purans, our ancient literature have so many law, facts, provisos. So if Lordship is giving time on that and research, and that will be connect to these current laws, and we should not have a dependency on UK laws more. So our ancient culture is very great, and Lordship have this spiritual base, and we all want to help Lordship in this meeting.
Mr. Manoj Mishra.
On behalf of Advocate on Record Association, Madam, we share the same views as expressed by President Senior Madam. We pray to Almighty that Lordship have post-retirement, happy, healthy, and prosperous.
Colonel Balaji.
Yes, ma'am. My lords, like they say, my lords, the judges speak through the judgments. My lords, you are one person, my lords, you have spoken your mind in all the judgments that you have delivered in this court. My lords, apart from that, I would say, my lords, a person who owns integrity and honesty, that's your hallmark, my lords. In fact, you are second to none. As far as whatever I have learned, that your integrity and honesty is par excellence. And we actually, my lords, learned a lot during the court proceedings. And also, as everybody had said, my lords, your skills in literature, and especially in Tamil, my lords, Tirukural and Kambaramayanam, etc., my lords, is of a great, my lords, with authority, my lords, one can say. We wish, my lords, a very pleasant innings, and my lords, and with great health and happiness throughout.
Dear
On behalf of the Army Council Association, we are wishing to happy, healthy, and prosperous life. And I also wish to the family members they will have the company of Justice Ramasubramaniam. So I again wish to happy, healthy, but I see in the court every advocate feel familiar while doing argument. Justice Subramaniam never angry with the junior lawyers and any other advocates. Thank you.
My Lord, Honorable Justice Ramasubramaniam, apart from being the knowledge and expert of Tamil language, he has written so many important words. He has written also created some new words. He has written some articles and so many other achievements, what he achieved other than the legal sapphire. I will mention one incident when there was a function and Lordship came to the president of the bar and he said that He was wearing multicolored shirt. Lordship said that this color is very nice shirt. After some time again, Lordship came. He said, you know, this shirt was actually one villain, popular villain was wearing this shirt. Immediately he changed his shirt. After within 5 minutes, he went to his car and changed the shirt. This is a kind of bit of my lord's. Actually, we have seen so many occasions. I wish very happy and prosperous life, my lord, and best regard to all the family members.
Brother Justice Ram Subramaniam, members of the bar, I should be saying Ram because that's how I've always referred to him on the bench. 38 years ago, in July of 1985, I entered the courtroom where my father presided over for the first time and the last time on the day that he was bidding farewell to this court. Looking at Brother Ram's family here, I'm sure that they will join us now in really understanding in a very profound way why he is worshipped at the court, at the altar of this court. I met Justice Ram Subramaniam for the first time in Tamil Nadu Bhavan when I was the Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court, and his dear friend and Chief Justice, Justice Sanjay Kaul, and I were working on something together. Ram's humble persona immediately stuck to me. But it was only after he was elevated as a judge of the Supreme Court that I realized that he is in every which way truly a multifaceted and multi-talented judge and human being. Alongside his day job, which he carries with so much of aplomb, he pursues other passions in Sanskrit, Carnatic music, in Tamil literature. And rarely did a week go by when I didn't get a WhatsApp forward from Ram, not just of something brilliantly evocative in Carnatic music, but something equally evocative in traditional Maharashtrian abhangs. So he is not confined by borders, whether of nation or of state. I shared the bench with Justice Ram Subramaniam for a short period of time, first in 2022. But we more than made up for the lost interaction between court proceedings outside the court hall. My interactions with my distinguished colleague have always left me pondering if there is anything at all that is left for Justice Ram Subramaniam to read, because he's read everything. Now I'll let out a secret. I've been struggling to persuade Brother Ram to take up the post of the chairpersonship of any tribunal that is available that he can usually select. But he has declared to me that he has this will to be a free citizen, untrammeled by judicial office. But I've never forgotten my days as a persistent member of the bar. And I continue to persist in the hope that he will agree to my earnest appeals to him. Because we do not want Ram to be away physically. He'll, of course, be close to our hearts. These are relationships which are forged for a lifetime and beyond. But I only earnestly hope for myself and for the institution that he will, not for a change, but as usual, accept the appeal of his Chief Justice. Thank you, Brother Ram, for your service to the Indian judiciary. Justice Ram Subramaniam has an innate ability to separate the grain from the chaff. Whenever I've sat with him on the bench, I've found that he rarely makes a note. He'll scribble a few words, but he's spot on. Even before the lawyer has entered into that area, he'll whisper to the colleague with whom he's sitting on something which is really the essence of the case and something which lies beyond perhaps even the pages and the dark print of the case. But above all, the court halls will be less lively without your jests and humor. I think one of the reasons why our days went off so well in your company was because in the coffee lounge, then you entered, you would always bring laughter and joy. And you carried your learning, and you've always carried your learning with such a sense of humility, which is truly the hallmark of an elevated soul, a soul which knows so much, but doesn't pride itself for knowing so much. I think that really, truly sums that up for my very distinguished brother. I can go on and consume the entirety of the lunchtime, but I have a lot to speak in the evening. So I'll reserve that for the evening when we meet at the SCBA farewell function. May I now request Brother Ram to say a few words.
Respected Chief Justice, my brother Justice Narasimha, learned Attorney General, learned Solicitor General in absentia, the learned Additional Solicitor General, the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association and other office bearers, the President and office bearers of SCORA, the learned Advocate General of Tamil Nadu who is joined us online, the learned Advocates General of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh who are physically present here, one in hiding and one in the front row. Respected senior advocates, because nobody escapes my attention. My dear members of the bar, my friends who have traveled from Chennai to attend this function, my family members. It's really a humbling experience that so many of you have spoken good words. Normally, a farewell is marked either by the retiring judge shedding tears or one of the speakers shedding tears. But I am not capable of shedding tears because I always permeate happiness. The result is that none of you will also shed tears on my departure. In fact, when Honorable Justice K.V. Vishwanathan was sworn, I saw one of his former colleagues virtually in tears. So I called her and asked her, why were you weeping? She said there were tears of joy. Then I said, I have a worry. Suppose on my farewell, if you weep, I will not know whether they are tears of joy. Oh, tears of sorrow. Then that lawyer said, all right, I will avoid attending your But one thing I know, when all of you say good words on an occasion like this, that none of you is in the witness box. Therefore, you are not on oath. Only a person who is on oath is supposed to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And in farewell addresses, it is legitimate. Even our Shastras say that whenever you give a farewell address, you keep truth outside the gate. I think all members of the bar who prized me, they prized me for my expertise in Ramayanam, my court craft, humor, etc. I was just reminded of what happened in the case of one of the former Chief Justices of Madras High Court. He was a great scholar in Ramayana and Tamil literature by himself. So on his farewell, everybody praised him as a scholar in Tamil language, Ramayana, etc. And additionally, they said he also wrote some good judgments. All this is done. The Honorable Chief Justice, more of his intention to keep me by his side in Delhi, that he made several offers to me to take up the assignments. It is true, but I turned down the offer. I turned down the offer by one sentence because it's all as all of you have now realized, I am famous for one-liners. I told the Chief Justice that if you insist upon my taking up the post of chairman of any tribunal, then I will have to end up filing a CIRP before the NCA. That I think that was the reason why at last he decided to spare me. Lastly, see, when I was really worried, today the farewell started. I mean, the ceremonial benches started by 11:40 or so. When the clock was ticking away, time was going away, I thought my ceremonial bench will almost assemble at 1 o'clock during lunchtime. And I think it will be empty chairs. So I requested somebody to ensure that the canteen is closed. Ceremonial bench is over. I think even without that, all of you have showered your love and affection on me. I thank you very much. Just as the learned AG has reserved something for the evening farewell, I have also reserved something for the evening farewell. Why I am saying this is that I don't want to miss this crowd. I always have a problem with this mic. Before the mic, I told Swara members that before the mic, I have a starting problem. But once I start, I have a stopping problem. But I will not do it now. I thank you very much. I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chief Justice who has been extra kind to me, even at the cost of some of my own colleagues thinking that he is extremely biased towards me. I thank all of you.
Vocal of person. Vocal of